From the Frank Beck Studio, Chevrolet Studio Annex, this is Time Out Over Time on the Time Out Over Time YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal. Remember this tune? Ah, boy, it's good to hear that again, isn't it? Let's let that roll for a second. It's back, folks. Football is back. Ah, yeah. Mickey likes it. Tigers won last night. I will get you, try to get you ready for the game tonight. Five Lions you should keep an eye on tonight for the game. Before we do that, though, let's do this. Time Out Over Time is sponsored in part by Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. If it's time for a new to you vehicle, let the sales pros at Beck's help you choose the right vehicle. New or pre-owned, Beck's has the top selection in the tri-state area with over 200 vehicles in stock. Stop by and see for yourself. And when you're ready, ask for Russ McMorty, Chris Hodis, Danny Smith, Adam Schaefer, Blake Bryant, Cameron Mincio, Bob Flynn, or Peyton Lucas. And when it comes time to service that new to you vehicle, the service pros at Beck's can fix it. Any make, any model, foreign or domestic, Beck's can fix it. And if you have a bit of a crunch or fender bender, Beck's Body Shop can put it back together looking just as good as new. So for all your automotive needs, look no further than Frank Beck Chevrolet at M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville at 517-849-2886 or on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Come and experience the Frank Beck difference. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Again, I'm having a voice issue. I think it's the weather combined everything else. I've never had a summer this bad with the voice and the sinuses and sneezing and everything else, but I'll do my best to get through this. I apologize for the bad voice. As I said in the headline, we'll look at 5 players for the night's Lion Giant game. I think you should keep an eye on players that have a good shot at making the team. Before we do that, the Tigers, thanks to Parker Meadows last night, won their second straight game against the Mariners. They're going for the sweep tonight. Derek Skubal won his 13th game. He's 13-4 now. But he owes this one to Parker Meadows. Folks, if you haven't seen the game-saving catch Parker Meadows made in the bottom of the 8th inning to preserve a 1-run lead, at the time he made the catch, the Tigers had a 3-2 lead. Obviously, if he doesn't catch that, it's 4-3. You're looking at the Mariners closer there in the 9th inning. So the Tigers did attack on 3 additional runs there in the top of the 9th, ended up winning 6-2. But Skubal doesn't win without the guy in center field making a game-saving catch last night. Catch that on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, he must have gone 3 or 4 feet over the wall, and he made it look relatively easy. As it stands right now, the Tigers are 56-60. And before we go any further, I got so wrapped up in the NFL theme song for Fox, I forgot to remind you to get down there in the corner if you haven't done so yet, and smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you. As I said, the Tigers are 56-60 right now through 116 games. 46 games left. They'd have to finish, well, let's see here. They'd have to go 26-20 the rest of the way in order to end the season with a winning record. That'd be 82-80. I'd like to see him do it. And with Kerry Carpenter on rehab now at Toledo, I don't think Riley Green is too far behind him. And Parker Meadows back. I would say they had a relatively good shot at getting there, but with only 2 healthy starting pitchers right now. If Flaherty was still in the rotation, I could see that happening, but boy, with only 2 healthy starting pitchers and is still a bad bullpen. And again, had it not been for Parker Meadows, the bullpen would have taken that loss last night, as they have a lot recently. Like Sunday's game when they took a 2-0 lead to the 9th inning, only to have Shelby Miller give up a pinch hit 3-run homer, and they lost the game. So hopefully they can get a sweep tonight. If you've got Valley or the Valley app, you're looking at a Lion game starts at 7, Tiger game starts about 9:45. You're looking at a football, baseball doubleheader tonight. But who would want to stay up past midnight if you got to work in the morning to watch the Tiger game? I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to remind you right now of a very special event as I have going on Saturday, September the 14th, pardon me, at Frank Beck Chevrolet on M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville, Saturday, September the 14th. Circle that on your calendar, put it on your phone, because that's a very special day, as Beck's will be celebrating their annual salute to first responders. And this year, there will be a special tribute to the Hillsdale County Sheriff's Department, and rightfully so. Bring the kids, let them get up close to emergency vehicles, meet police and firefighters, play games, and more. There will be a free lunch. You can sign up for prizes as we celebrate the area's first responders. Plus, there will be a poker run as well. That's Saturday, September the 14th, from 10 to 2 at Frank Beck Chevrolet between M99 and Hillsdale and Jonesville, or on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Stop by and experience the Frank Beck difference. Saturday, September the 14th. We will be doing the timeout show from out there. I expect to see you all out there. Bring the kids. It'll be a great day of fun for everybody. I expect to see you out there. You stop by and say hello. Be good to see everybody out there. Once again, Saturday, September the 14th, Frank Beck Chevrolet, as we pay tribute to our area's first responders. I'll see you out there. I've got to keep reminding you of this too, so you don't forget it. Okay. Quickly, 5 Lions to keep an eye on in tonight's game. First of all, this is going to be the first chance you get to look at the new kickoff rule implemented. You're going to hear the phrase landing zone a lot. I'll try and sort all this out for you between now and when the season starts a month from now. You're going to hear the phrase landing zone a lot. That is the area between the goal line and the 20-yard line. If the ball goes into and out of the end zone, it comes back out to the 30-yard line. If it goes out of bounds before it gets to the end zone, it comes out to the 35-yard line. Like I said, I'll try one of these Saturdays. I will try to go through this whole thing for you and provide some clarification. It's going to take some getting used to. It's being implemented for 2 reasons: to try to bring the excitement of the kickoff back into the game and to avoid serious injury. So we'll see how this works out. It's going to take some getting used to, I admit. But now, so we'll see. We'll get our first look at that tonight. 5 Lions to watch for tonight. Players either fighting for a roster spot or they need to show some development. Number 1, Hendon Hooker, the quarterback. His performance tonight will be far and away the most interesting thing, I think, to watch. He'll be taking his first snaps really in a Lion uniform since being drafted. His workload in camp with Nate Sutfeld, or he's worked well in camp with Nate Sutfeld. So it'd be good for him to finally get some snaps and some real competition under his belt. Way it is right now, I think he's been up and down in training camp. And you got to remember, it was 2 years ago in October that he went down to Tennessee with that, was it ACL or MCL? Anyway, so he needs to show something. He really does. Dennis Rakestraw Jr. is another guy I want to look at tonight. Probably had the best camp of anybody. Quarterback. Second round draft pick, Dennis Rakestraw Jr. I don't want to oversaturate this list with highly touted rookies, but he's had a great camp with 3 picks and a forced fumble. It's not too hard to get excited about him. Rakestraw will get to show tonight what he's got, and don't be surprised if he's the star of the defense tonight. Dennis Rakestraw Jr. Keep an eye on him tonight. Wide receiver Doris Fountain has had a great camp. Tremendous camp. You're probably not familiar with the name Doris Fountain. Well, he's a free agent. He's been tearing up camp with a first team offense. And now he gets a chance tonight to show what he can do in a game situation. At this point, he seems to have a pretty strong shot at making the team. He spent all last season on the practice squad. Funny, I don't even remember him from last year being on the practice squad. So they've seen something in him for a while now. And, in sharp contrast, Donovan Peoples-Jones has had a bad camp. He hasn't shown much of anything at camp. Right now, I would say, unless things change, he's probably not going to make the team. They signed him to a 1-year contract. He's either not going to make the team, or I can't imagine him going on a practice squad. Anyway, Doris Fountain, what number is he wearing? Number 12. Watch number 12 tonight, Doris Fountain. The fourth player I want to see, defensive back by the name of Maurice Norris, undrafted out of Fresno State. He's tracking toward making the team, and probably Tuesday in this joint practice with the Giants in New Jersey. Probably didn't help his case on making the team Tuesday, when he instigated a fight with a Giants wide receiver, one of their wide receivers, after which Dan Campbell screamed at him, told him to get off the field. I don't know how much that would affect his chances of making the team. Brad Holmes, folks, seems to have a knack for finding undrafted free agent defensive backs. Last summer, as you recall, it was Stephen Gilmore. The summer before that, it was Jerry Jacobs. And now it looks like another potential. They've got another potential gem in Maurice Norris. Remember the name, Maurice Norris. We'll see a lot of him tonight. The fifth line I think you should keep an eye on tonight is running back Jermar Jefferson. A 7th round pick out of Oregon State 3 years ago. That would have been Brad Holmes' first draft. I think it was Brad Holmes' first draft. Maybe a bit of a surprise right here, but Campbell raved about him last week in camp. Said he was having a great camp, and he's only continued to build on that in the days since Campbell talked about him. He hasn't appeared in a regular season game since his rookie season. They've kept him on the practice squad, so obviously they didn't want to let him go. Of course, when you're on the practice squad, I guess you're fair game for anybody. But running back Jermar Jefferson, I'm looking forward to watching him tonight. Honorable mention. By the way, I'd say Jefferson is in a battle right now for that number 3 running back spot with the good old reliable Craig Reynolds. I think that's going to go right down to the wire with both those two for the 3rd running back spot. And of course, whoever doesn't make it's going to go in the practice squad. But Craig Reynolds has been a pretty dependable player for the Lions. So, honorable mention, you want to keep an eye tonight on offensive lineman Corby Sorsdahl. Defensive tackle Kyle Pico and offensive lineman Michael Neese. And one more I want to throw in there, wide receiver Kendall Davis. Davis is another one who was pretty much caught everything that they've thrown to him in training camp. No. Before I leave tonight, too, want to put in a good word, as I always do, for a good man who's helped me a great deal put this whole thing together. Without him, we probably wouldn't be doing this. That'd be Tim Lindley at Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Walton Street, a couple hundred feet west of Howell Street. Any technical service you need, this is the guy you want to see. Computers, new or used. Maybe the computer you have now or pad needs some work done on it, needs a little tweaking. He'll take care of that. Flat screen TVs, mounted, set up, programmed. Internet providers. Maybe you're changing internet providers. You need a hookup. He'll take care of that. Anything at all. Printers, new or used. This is the guy you want to see. Quality PC, 37 Walter Street in downtown Hillsdale. 517-610-5372. Or better still, folks, get in there and see him. And when you do, tell him me and Miggy sent you. Right, Miggy? Yeah. That's about it. Don't forget the Timeout Show with Andy Brown, Saturday mornings from 9 to 10 here locally on WCSR 92.1 FM. And I will talk to you again on Saturday. We will review what the Lions did tonight, what transpired tonight. Again, it's third and fourth stringers, but it's just great to have football back. Yeah, we got it back right up until the Super Bowl, February 9th in New Orleans. Super Bowl 58. That's what it is. Yeah. Oh, it's great to have football back. That's about it. I'll talk to you again on Thursday. Until then, remember, treat each other with respect. Enjoy the game tonight. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.